Hi, it's Saturday night, the 2nd of January, and day 2 of my new year, 2021. Today's Living the Dream experience was having my goals all written out, as well as the fact that I already have in place my success habits from doing the Win the Morning, Win the Day success routine for an entire year now, and doing the end of the day success routine every night for an entire year, so that I didn't miss a beat today. Today was a continuation of following the habits I locked in during 2020. Of course, I have added a few tasks to my goals for 2021, which are over and above what I set for 2020. I finished my 2020 vision for the year 2020, and now I'm going to continue to do more in 2021 by bringing my goals and dreams into the portal of my mind and then manifesting them into the world of the physical in 2021, piece by piece by piece, just like I did in 2020. So yes, I enjoyed another day of living the dream. So here's my power statement for this morning. It said, I'm going to review the focus group launch task list I have already outlined, then get what I need to get done off that list so that the focus group ad can launch on Monday. And then I'm going to get myself ready to reach out to my Google rep on Monday so he can help me launch that focus group ad successfully. And so here's my list of important tasks that I did here. Bam, done. My most important task was to finish organizing my focus group tasks and reprioritizing them, and then work to get those done so that I can launch my focus group ad on Monday. My fun task for today was to redo my success vitamins and medicine pill with a new quote, a new favorite word, a new favorite thought, and a new favorite motivational song, and a new favorite success law. So here it is. This is for January right here. My favorite quote for the month is, the power of knowledge gained from reading a great book is that you start thinking like the author of that book. My favorite word for the month is imagination. My favorite thought for the month is imagination is more important than knowledge. And my favorite motivational song was The Champion. And my favorite success law is the law of imagination. I read that every morning now for the month of January. It's going to be great. My exciting task for today was to spend some time with Kathleen learning about a new gift we got for Christmas. It is I can say this right, a Fujitsu Scan Snap Scanner. That's a mouthful, isn't it? It does about 55 sheets a minute and has a ton of features that we're learning about, including being able to do a word search. Once it's all been digitized and put up on the cloud, you can do a search and boom, it calls it back up. The documents are scanned in such a way that they call up onto your monitor when you do that search. It's incredible. I'm excited because I have at least 5 plastic bucket files full of dividers with a ton of file folders that have documents that I've saved over 44 years now. They are about business, success, quotes, etc. And I just have not had the time to scan them so that they are all digitized. They're sheets of paper in those files. Well, this scanner does all that and more. And so this year I'm going to be able to scan all of them and set them up on digital files up onto the cloud for later use when I want to do a search for a coach lesson or whatever. Or when I'm studying and reading and want to think on some thoughts, I pull all these quotes out. It's going to be so fantastic. Get that done this year. So exciting. That pretty much was my day. And so here's my end of the day success routine question. Get honest with yourself, Marty. What didn't go well today? Or what could you have done better today? Did you wake up early and start strong? I did. Did you start your morning with power? Win the morning, win the day. Second day in a row for 2021. Were you productive throughout your day? Yes. I got a lot done today. Did you get the most important things done? I did. I moved them to the portal of my mind, the world of the physical, piece at a time. So I moved my goals forward for 2021. Did you show up as the person you wanted to today? I did. For a Saturday, I wanted to relax, wanted to enjoy, wanted to prepare, wanted to get a lot of things done, and that's how I showed up. I showed up in a way that would serve me best and be there for Kathleen. And so our time together was fun tonight. Next, are you thinking about the end of the day success routine? I am too. And it's the accountability questions that you ask yourself here. Were you honest with yourself about today's task, Marty? In other words, did you keep your promises that you made to yourself this morning? Are you accountable to you? I promised myself that I was going to review the focus group tasks and prioritize them so that I could finish those I need to get done before Monday comes around, and then get after doing them. And that's what I did. And so I am ready to launch my focus group on Monday. Oh, bam, done. The next question is, what movies did you watch during your mindfulness time today, Marty? Did you make time for them? And were there any new instant pre-play movies that your two amigos called up onto the screen of your mind today? And if so, what were they about? Well, I watched my must-see TV favorite 5 movies like I've done for 367 days now, but both yesterday and today had a little more fun injected into these instant pre-play movies because there's more to imagine because of the new goals in my why and in my vision. It's been fun and exciting to visualize those as though I'm already got them for this year. My next question says, what's the one thing that would make all the difference going forward? What one thing can I do better tomorrow? Even if the day goes sideways, getting it done, I'd still feel like a success. Well, starting out for the year today, yesterday and today, I feel the one thing that I can do better going forward, and that is going to make a biggest difference in my life, is to take the time to ponder on my affirmations. One at a time, and on all that I read out loud when I read my Win the Morning, Win the Day routine every morning. Taking time in my mindfulness time after I've read it to review and to ponder in my mind and to imagine more vividly of what they mean and what I need to do to make them be fulfilled. That's going to make the biggest difference. So because of these thoughts, here's my power statement that I have for tomorrow, which is a Sunday. It's just the same thing I do every Sunday, and that is to do all I can to relax and to renew my mind and body, to sharpen my saw in my mindfulness time and throughout the entirety of the rest of the day. Period. The next question of my end of the day success routine is to ask myself, were there any mistakes or failures that I may have made today that I can turn into a tool of success going forward? I didn't have any failures today. I got done what I wanted to and what I needed to get done, and so I can launch my focus group on Monday, period. There wasn't any failures either to turn into a tool of success, thank goodness. Still was a great day. The next question is, what was your biggest success today, Marty? In other words, what did you do well today? Well, the biggest success today that I had was getting everything ready so I can launch my focus group ad, period. That's it. It's been working on this for months, and it's here. So I'm very, very, very excited. And I have to say, a little bit nervous. It's a new experience. It's going to be great. My next end of the day success routine question asked me to rate my day's effort. Well, I gave today's effort a 9. I not only worked at the speed of 9 today, and even thought, though I got everything done, and I set that goal to do that, and I promised myself that I'd do that, and I got that goal done, I did stop a little early in the day to go through that scanner with Kathleen, and so I didn't get back up to the office to finish a couple other things, and that's okay. It was a great day. I dinged at one point. Okay. I want to end the day strong. Here's what I'm grateful for today. I'm grateful for the principle that says beliefs have great impact on one's fundamental core view of themselves. Think about that. Even a single change can make a radical shift in our thoughts, emotions, and actions. One in major change in our thinking. A change like the one I am describing can cause us to completely reverse our worldview and dismantle our beliefs that have been instilled in us over our lifetime. What kind of change am I talking about that would cause us to abandon our core values that we held previous for years past and cause us to change? The answer lies in understanding that any image we can come to see ourselves as being and what we are will cause us to literally shift our past identity to this new one. In other words, if we can change our story from the old story to this new one, it changes everything. We simply begin to act in accordance with our new image of ourselves if we've really taken ownership of it. The impact that our beliefs have on us, how they direct our evaluations to each event in our lives, of each experiences we've had. These are what guide us to our conclusions in life. These beliefs are what teach us to feel and what to do. There are types of belief different from the one levels of belief that we've had in the past. That is the ultimate filter to our perception. There's one level of belief that does this. This belief directly controls the consistency of our life's decisions. This type of belief or beliefs are those beliefs that we have about our identity. That's the controlling one. That's what I was getting. I'm a little tired here. I'm stumbling, but that's okay. Beliefs about what we can or cannot do, what we consider possible or impossible, what we believe about ourselves is rarely a function of our true capability. That's a fact. It's more likely a function of our beliefs about who we are. we not only identify ourselves by who we think we are, but by who we think we are not. Our sense of certainty about who we are creates the boundaries, the limits within which we live. Just like the fleas jumping into that jar, boop, boop, and then the lid's taken off after a long time, they jump just below the lid. That's what I'm talking about. Changing the environment, conditioning, expanding that conditioning. These principles lead to the next thing I'm grateful for, the law of identity, which says, identity has to do with the complex manner in which human beings establish a unique view of oneself and his or her characterized by continuity and inner unity of that view. When it's in alignment, even if it's a bad, low self-image, if we align to that, we believe that, it then becomes highly relative to ourselves, that we take ownership. It's highly related to the terms such as self, self-concept, self-values, self-beliefs, and personality development. Another way of saying this complex definition is our capability is constant, but how much of it we use depends upon the identity we have of ourselves. We have huge capability, but it all depends upon how we identify who we are, whether we're going to get it and use it and tap into it or put limits on it. That's what I'm saying. This leads me to the next thing I'm grateful for. I'm grateful for Henry Ford, who said, remember this? Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. That's what it is in a nutshell. Time and again, researchers have shown that students' capabilities are powerfully impacted by the identities they develop of themselves as the result of teachers' belief in their level of intelligence. What makes these studies significant is that these students had not actually demonstrated higher levels of intelligence, and in fact, some had previously been labeled poor students. Yet, it was their sense of certainty that they were superior, which had been instilled by a teacher's expressions about them, that triggered their success. The reason I bring this up is because the impact of this principle is not limited to students. The kind of person other people perceive you to be controls your response to yourself, and this had nothing to do with your true character or potential. The truth is, we all have tremendous power to influence the identity of others, especially those we care about most. You need to associate with good people. I have often said what we become 5 years from now is due to our association with other people and the books we read, what we take on into our mind, what we take ownership and believe and come to believe about ourselves. That's a fact. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. I'll be back here tomorrow night at my laptop sharing one more night, the third day in 2021, and what I'm experiencing, and my goal is to stay with this video journal entries every day after day after day after day. But until then, I wish you continued success. Good night.